Hi, welcome to Moonbeam's Messages. This is a collective reading for Libra. This is a self-reflection reading. If you've never seen one of my self-reflection readings before, the idea behind it is every now and then we've all got a bit of inner healing work to do, but sometimes we don't know where to look. So this is a helpful nudge from Spirit on what it is that needs to be worked on. And now if you do like your reading today, don't forget to hit the thumbs up button. It will help pass the message on to anybody else that needs to hear it. And if you do like it, then don't forget you can press that subscription button if you haven't already. And if you want to know when I post new materials, just click that notification bell and it will give you notifications. If you don't find any messages in this for yourself today, then please check your other placements and you may find a message in there for you. And this will incorporate your past, present and future, because it will be things that you need to reflect on that have happened or are happening and what you need to do going forward. Okay, so let's get into it. Spirit, can we get some cards for Libra, please, with regards to their self-reflection? Thank you. Get one more card, please, Spirit. Okay. So the overall energy we've got is the Six of Cups. So that's telling me that you're doing a lot of thinking about the past. You're very much sitting in nostalgia, potentially looking at things that made you happy from the past, people. You could even be dwelling on a particular person quite a lot. And you're very much looking at all the happy times that you may have had in the past. And you're just living in it at the moment. Like I say, very much sitting, dwelling on all the things that made you really happy. Now, how are you talking to yourself? We do have a Temperance card. So that's telling me that you are telling yourself that you're very balanced, you are in harmony, you're feeling peaceful, you're feeling like you're feeling like you're healed from everything as well. Now, it could be telling you that you're also telling yourself that's how you need to feel. Let's get some clarification on that Temperance card. Can we get one more card, please, Spirit? Thank you. Okay, so we've got a Magician. So you very much are trying to tell yourself that you can have exactly what you want. You've got a lot of self-confidence. You are very much telling yourself that you're very skillful. You are doing everything you possibly can and you will get whatever it is you want. You're trying to manifest things and you're telling yourself that you will get it. You'll do exactly what you want. You'll get what you want and you've got the skill and the self-confidence to do it. Now, we do have a Devil coming out to the side. So there is something that you are finding a little bit challenging, possibly about some sort of negative behaviour that you've got going on. It could even be that you're slightly obsessive over something and you're trying to come out of that energy. Potentially what you're doing when you're doing your manifesting is you maybe being a little bit conflicted about whatever it is that you're actually wanting to go forward. Maybe you think something's a bit selfish. Maybe you are trying to break free from certain negative behaviour patterns that you've had in the past. It could even be that you are trying to manifest some sort of bondage, potentially. We do have a Four of Wands, which is telling me that you do want stability, you want happy long-term relationship. It could potentially be that you've been stuck in some sort of codependent relationship in the past or something where there's been a little bit of controlling behaviour of some form, maybe some addictions, and that is something that you want to break free from and you want to make sure that that doesn't happen again. But yeah, this is telling me you want stability, you want a happy union, something that's going to be long term, something that's going to be successful, and you are potentially telling yourself that you can manifest that. You're in a good place to do it. It's just this Devil energy that may be getting in your way a little bit, potentially because you're confused on whether or not you're fully healed, whether you've broken free from certain energies. And it could very well be what is putting in a little bit of a, to me it looks like it's the only thing that is causing some sort of negative thought that you may be telling yourself. So you could be telling yourself you're all in balance, but you could be over obsessing on that, and you're trying to manifest things, but because you're over obsessing on it, you may be trying to, you might not realize that you're stopping yourself manifesting it at the same time. Now, what you've got hiding from yourself out of fear or shame, we've got an Ace of Wands. So you're hiding a new beginning. You are very shameful about something, or you're scared of something. You're either scared of a new beginning or you're ashamed of a new beginning. Now, this is a very passionate new start to something. This could be anything that you are passionate about. Could be a person, could be a job, could be a hobby. It could be anything. It's something that you find extremely exciting, passion. It gives you that want to get up in the morning kind of drive for it. It's something that you are feeling, like I say, you're either scared because of how much passion it's giving you, or you're ashamed about being passionate about something. Maybe it's something that you feel you shouldn't be passionate about. Let's get two more. Okay, so we've got a Nine of Pentacles in the upright. So potentially there's a lot of stability. This could be a person, this could be your energy. It's generally the energy of somebody that's stable, successful, can sometimes be single, it doesn't have to be, but very stable, very successful, very independent. That's why it's generally associated with single people, because of the independence that comes from it. However, that doesn't mean that you are single. It just means that you're, independent in relationships if you are. But this is something that's, it's a very good card. But it's something that you may be ashamed of. Maybe you're ashamed of how much independence you may have if you're in a relationship. But it is something where you have, a lot of stability. Now, interdependence in relationships is great because it generally means that you can have a good power couple. Two independent people that come together to, make things even better when they're together. It does suggest potentially that you may be on your own. That could be what this Ace of Wands is. Maybe you're used to being independent and successful, and the thought of a new beginning with somebody else could be something that scares you a little bit. Now, we do have the Judgment card. So this also could be a card of reconciliation. It could be a card of closure as well. So this is suggesting to me that this Ace of Wands could symbolise some sort of new beginning, either with a past person, because you are obsessing over the Six of Cups. You've got that in your energy about the past. It could also just be that you are trying to receive some sort of closure so that you can start fresh in life. We do also have this Five of Cups in the reverse. Now, that is telling me that where you may have been feeling guilty or sorrowful at losing somebody or something, you're turning that around. You are embracing that, you don't need to be quite so sad about it. You're walking away from the pain of that loss, and you're starting to accept it a lot more. Now, what you've got available at the moment to help you heal, we've got this Page of Cups. So that could be either a new person, it could be an emotion, or an energy that you need to embody. This Page of Cups is somebody that comes along, wants to start something new. It's like the beginning of a relationship, potentially, maybe a friendship, and it's full of emotion, adventure, a bit flirtatious, and it's all very innocent with that Page of Cups. Well, sometimes it's not innocent, but it could be naive. It could just be, like I say, it could be a friend that you may have that's around you that is very, bit flirty, and fun to be around. So let's get some clarification on that Page of Cups, because it could be something that you need to embody. You might need to potentially embrace being a bit flirty and adventurous yourself. Okay, so we've already got 3 cards out. So we've got a Ten of Swords. So that's telling me that you need to potentially, you may have had some heartbreak in the past, or some not so much heartbreak, but you may feel like you've been betrayed. So this is something where you need to walk away from that betrayal. You need to come to see who it is and what it is that's betrayed you. It could have been something you've done yourself. It could be other people. This is very much the card of being stabbed in the back, possibly a little, very much being betrayed. But it is a 10, so after the 10 becomes an ace because you restart the cycle. So this is very much the end of something, the end of betrayal, the end of depression, the end of obsession. This is telling me that you need to embrace letting that go. Embrace the end of whatever it is that's been going on. We have a 10 of Wands as well. Now that 10 of Wands is telling me that you also need to release a burden. So you've got a couple of 10s in here. So yeah, you've got a big burden that you need to put down. Now this did come out to the side, so it is going to be something that's quite challenging. You potentially need to share this burden, possibly with this Page of Cups. That could be why that Page of Cups has come out. You might be needing to just speak to a friend, share that burden with a friend, whatever it is with regards to this betrayal. It is very much of it's another ending. It's a put the ends down, so you can start moving forward. The reason why I'm bringing up 10s, you've got a 10 here, a 10 here, and a 10 here. So that's 3 10s. You may need to check out your angel numbers because you could have some messages from your angels with regards to reoccurring numbers coming out, because there are a lot of them. Judgment itself, 10 10 or 20. So yeah, there's lots and lots of 10s that have come out on this in this spread. If we get another 10 or a couple more 10s, you're definitely at the end of something. But yeah, this is telling me that you need to release a burden, or at least share that burden. Even though it's going to be quite challenging, it's something that you need to do. Now, potentially, the reason for why it could be challenging is you're embodying this Emperor energy, but it's come out to the side. So you potentially like to have control over things, and it's a little bit challenging to release some of that control. So part of this burden could be the need for control, and that might be very much what you need to release. So this is where this betrayal could have come in. You may have done something to yourself. I'm not seeing it being somebody else betraying you or anything like that. It could very well be some sort of thought pattern that you've had in the past could have betrayed you. This could be what this devil energy is, because it's obsessive energy that's usually a little bit negative, and it's already challenging you. So potentially it could be something to do with control, and that's very much what the Emperor is. He is somebody that controls the situation. He is a leader. He's very, he's in charge. In the reverse, he's manipulative and controlling to the point of he's more like a dictator. So the control thing does look like it's something that you may struggle with, and it's very much looking to me like you need to, share control. Maybe that's something that you weren't doing previously, and that's possibly why you feel a little bit stuck with things. But it is telling me that maybe whoever this Page of Cups is embodying, it could even be you maybe needing to be adventurous and flirty and meet somebody else so that you can share your burden with them. It might be something where you need to lay down whatever burden it was that you've got to do with betrayal and control, because it could have been your own nature that's ended up betraying yourself, and you could have self-sabotaged stuff in the past. But it is very much that you need to release it and relinquish that controlling need. It can also suggest that you may be very much wanting a lot of perfection as well with that Emperor, and that you've got really high standards. So again, maybe reducing down or letting go of some of that need for perfection. And it might be very challenging for you, because your sign itself is you like to do things fairly. So having a lot of control isn't necessarily going to be doing things fairly, because the whole point of being fair is that it's balanced. Yeah, and then what you need to release, we've got this 3 of Cups. So the 3 of Cups then could be a number of things. So it could be very much socialising with your friends, it's success, it's partying, it's having a lot of fun, a lot of celebration. It could sometimes also incorporate a third party relation, or something where there's been three parties in a relationship and that's caused some sort of issues. I'm not seeing anything on here to suggest that there's been a third party. I mean, you have got down here the potential for a reconciliation and shame, fear, but that you either want closure or reconciliation from something that could potentially be a past person, but you're either ashamed or you're scared of it. That could be something to do with a third party that may have happened in the past. But I don't think it is. I think it's more to do with potentially letting other people influence your behaviour. So where you've got this Nine of Pentacles, if you're independent, you're independent, you're successful. You might have people in your behaviour that are trying to influence certain things from you. A lot of the time when I do finance readings, you tend to find people that are being influenced a lot by other people on how they spend their money. And that could potentially be something that you may be facing as well. Let's get some clarification on this Three of Cups, please, Spirit. It could even be something as... That's a lot of cards. Let's not do those. It could even be something as silly as a bit of overindulgence, because that Three of Cups can very well be overindulgence on things. Too much partying, too much celebrating, too much excessive behaviour. Can you get one more card, please, Spirit? Okay, give me two. So we've got a Four of Pentacles. So you also need to release letting go or holding on to things. So this is telling me that you are holding on to things, possibly hoarding certain things, emotions, control. Again, we've got this potential control. You want to be extremely stable. I mean, you are stable and, here with this Nine of Pentacles, but this is telling me that whatever money you've got, you want to hold on to as much as you can. So potentially you may have had people in your influence trying to get you to spend money, but this is suggesting that you didn't really do it, I'll be honest, if you did have people there. But yeah, this is very much telling me that you've been holding on to a lot of things. I believe it's more to do with certain things from your past, emotions, potentially stability or hopes for stability. And it is very much something that you do need to release now. We've got the Three of Wands in the reverse. So you may have been doing a bit of waiting around. This Three of Wands is now telling me that you're no longer wanting to wait. So potentially finding your patience again is something that you may need to do. So releasing the need for being impatient, releasing the need for immediate action on things. We've got a Six of Wands as well in the reverse. Now that's telling me that you're feeling underappreciated for something. Potentially it's going to have something to do with this Three of Cups. So potentially you're going out, you're celebrating, you may be spending money on people and you don't feel appreciated for it, and that's probably why you want to hold on to as much as you can. Maybe they feel that you're a bit of a cheapskate even though you're spending money, because you're not spending all of your money on them, potentially. Because let's face it, some people are not happy unless you've got nothing left. I don't know why people are like that, but some people are. And you are feeling very underappreciated. You don't feel like you're successful within that realm. You don't feel popular. You don't feel like you're getting what you need from it. So again, very much releasing that kind of celebration feeling, releasing the unfairness of it. And we've got this Knave of Pentacles, or the Page of Pentacles. So the Page of Pentacles, when he's in the reverse, is somebody that's not very trustworthy. He's a bit clumsy as well. Doesn't really have direction. He's lacking a lot of skills. This is somebody that you may need to release. It could very well be that this may be an energy that you may have had previously, because down here you're telling yourself that you've got a lot of skills. So maybe you were feeling like you were unskilled previously, but with that Magician you've been building up your confidence, and you need to release that the thought of who you were before. Potentially it could be that this is somebody else this could be who this Three of Cups could be suggesting. Maybe, well, it could even be that you become this person that's unreliable and a little bit clumsy when you're out celebrating, and that could be why you feel underappreciated. It could be any number of things. It could be a person in your friend arena that it could be representing. But whoever this is representing, it is part of why you feel underappreciated. Potentially somebody clumsy, or not very trustworthy, somebody that's unskilled, maybe getting the spotlight a little bit more than you, and you just don't feel like it's very fair. You need to release all of that. Any sort of competition with regards to that, any feelings of unfairness, release whatever it is that's causing you to feel that. If it's a certain group of people, which this Three of Cups is suggesting it could be, then they need to be released. Because if you're not getting the appreciation for things that you're doing, then you don't do things to get people to be appreciative of you. So that's something. If you're expecting people to be thanking you for everything that you've done, that's more of a negative, controlling behaviour. So that could be something as to why you feel like you're underappreciated, because you want to control the situation. If it is genuinely that you are a giver, and you give and you give and you give, and no one ever seems to appreciate your constant giving, then it's time to release them, because they're never going to reciprocate, because they become used to it and they become nothing but takers then. And it won't matter what you say to them. I mean, you can ask them, and if they start reciprocating, then by all means keep them around. If they don't, they never will, because they've got used to you doing everything for nothing, Now, in what you need to embrace, we've got a Wheel of Fortune. You've got a lesson that you need to embrace, and it's a very challenging lesson. So there's something that you need to embrace. There's a lesson that still hasn't been fully learnt that you need to embrace. And it is keeping you in that current wheel, that current cycle, until you learnt it. It's not restarting the cycle, it's not ending the cycle, it's just got you stuck in it at the moment. We get 2 more cards, please, Spirit. Okay, so we've got a Knight of Wands. So potentially the energy of having passion, but keeping the energy there. The Knight of Wands is somebody that's very passionate, has got a lot of drive, will go for what he wants, but then sometimes once he gets what he wants, he loses that drive. It's like the drive will just diminish again. We've got a King of Swords. So learning how to communicate, because the King of Swords is brilliant at communication, and knowing what your truths are. So if you don't know your inner truths yet, which I've got a feeling is all over here, I've got a feeling that's something that you need to embrace with this control. And it's very much something here where you've got these fear and these shames, whatever this judgment is, whatever this represents for you, whether it's a reconciliation or an ending and a new start. You potentially have some inner truths that you need to discover and talk to yourself about, and I believe that that's very much you expressing your own inner truths. I think, like I say, I think this 10 of Swords over here is something that you may have done to yourself, maybe a bit of self-sabotage, but you probably haven't realised it. Once you've embraced, or once you've learnt the lessons behind this Knight of Wands and that energy going in and out, and you've realised what it is you actually want, and you've talked to yourself and you've realised your inner truths, then you get the Three of Cups. Again, that Three of Cups is about celebrating, socialising, being out with people, being happy, being abundant. But I believe it's socialising in the right way. So where you may be socialising with people that are clumsy and potentially unskilled and you don't feel appreciated. This is doing it so you do feel appreciated. What makes you feel appreciated? What is it that you're passionate about? What is it that you want? What would make you feel happy? Are the people in your social circle making you happy? Is this a brand new social circle that you need to embrace? It's very much, yes, it's celebrating. It is embracing, celebrating, but it's embracing and celebrating of an end of learning a lesson. And that lesson is more to do with working out what it is you want, being true to what it is you want, and keeping that passion up, not just going for it, charging in head first, and then letting it disappear. It's keeping that passion level up. It is making sure that truths are spoken. It's making sure that you own your clarity, you own what it is that you want. You're very good with communicating. It is keeping your high standards as well, so making sure that your high standards are still met, and that you are being true to yourself, making sure that people aren't crossing over your boundaries and stepping on your toes and making you feel uncomfortable and not yourself. It's very much staying true to your higher self, to your own self. Right, so I'm going to get you Angel of Light, some Moonology cards, and a kitchen or a Witch's Kitchen Oracle card as well, to see if there's any more messages that Spirit would like to give to you. Let's do the Angel of Light card first. Straight out with that one. Clarity. Angel wisdom reminds you that a busy, cluttered mind is a sick one, and a still, clear mind is a divine one. Allow the wisdom in your heart to radiate out and dissolve the chatter of your mind. Know that your angel has drawn this to your attention and is waiting to help you in your task. Sit quietly so you can find the stillness within. Then you can shine a pure, clear light onto every area of your life. In the clarity of this light, the angel will reveal a new way of being. You will see things differently and be able to make decisions from strength and clarity. Your affirmation: my mind is quiet, still and clear. And let's get some Moonology cards. Okay, the end of a tough cycle approaches. We know that. It's what you need to embrace. Take time to breathe in and breathe out. And you are good enough. Okay? So that end of the tough cycle approaches. Full moon in Capricorn. Take time to breathe out. Disseminating moon, and you are good enough. Full moon in Virgo. I have no idea when any of those moons are. So if you're looking for timings, it might be worth Googling for. Let's have a get you a Witch's Kitchen. Onion, tears. Interesting. Let's see what Onion says for you. Okay. Your emotions seem to be running the show, and crying over spilt milk is not the answer in getting to the root of your sensitive outbursts. If you slice me in half, my chemical irritant will certainly give you something to cry about. My defensive attack is familiar to any kitchen witch, but be brave and fight back the onslaught of teardrops unless you wish to season your meal with salty tears. Instead, use my pungent aromatic flavour to transform any dish, and after consumption you will find you have the power of banishment upon your breath. I always love reading some of these. Plant my bulbs around your property for protection, or slice me in two. Slide in the name of your perpetrator on a piece of paper and seal with a pin or two to banish them. I'll soak up negativity, strengthen your immune system and heal your wounds. And because I grow quickly, I'm a wizard at accelerating the potency of fertility spells. Now that's definitely something not to cry about. Now, if you're into witchcraft and you want to go and try that, by all means, go for it. If you're not, then don't do anything that you're not used to. Or yeah, don't dabble if you don't know what you're doing. I would just put lots of onions in your food if you're a big fan of onions. If not, plant some in your garden. They make beautiful flowers when they do flower as well. And people pay a lot for things that look like onions. I can't remember what they're called. My mum knows. She grows loads of them. She's got big ones. They're purple and pink. Apparently onions look the same, but I don't know what the flowers are called. By all means, if any of you know what the plant type is that's an onion that's got big flowers on, please, put it in the comment. It's always fun to learn about. Right, well, I hope that has given you Libras some idea on what things you need to be looking at for your inner healing. If you did like your message today, please don't forget to hit that thumbs up button to help pass that message on to somebody else that needs to hear it. Good luck, and thank you for joining me.